Hi, my name is Karen Hagerman, and along with my husband DJ, we are Jaren Photography, pronounced Jaren. The D is actually silent. We specialize in many types of photography like Google virtual tours, architectural, retail. We do weddings, families, seniors, newborns. We also do provide basic headshots and portraits. You actually may recognize this image, which an artist referenced to paint the Georgia State Station mural. We also provide stylized studio executive portraiture experiences, executive, environmental, and lifestyle portraiture. This is actually a shot that we did for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution for an article. We also create executive portraiture and people at work. Lifestyle people at work. You might recognize someone in this photograph. And lifestyle with customers engaging with a business. These next few portraits are a few examples of the work that we provided for Stars and Strikes, who is a very big client of ours. They are the ideal client who has multiple locations. They're opening new ones all of the time. We do all of their Google virtual tours, architectural, retail, and people photography, as you have seen here. But what we love to do most is story, from our fun, calculated absurdity sessions to our Actors Look portrait packages, which are images used by actors to convey specific characters they want to audition for. Examples here that we have put together for one actor are the cocky jock, the best friend, trial attorney, undercover detective, and shy farmhand.
Do you know some actors? Great. Tell them about us, please. Another story that we like to convey is through personal branding photography. Nancy here is an example of an ideal client that we continue to work with. She provides couture, shopping, and fashion tours for Americans in Paris. We were lucky enough to go to Paris last year for this shoot, and we did have plans to shoot her again in Paris this fall, but COVID had another idea. Wah wah. But anyway, this presentation will focus on architectural photography featuring my personal short-term rental art house museum of Quirk in the Trees. This is a working title to grab folks' attention on Airbnb. I am interested in opinions and suggestions regarding listing names for this house. It is located in Tucker, 1 mile outside of the perimeter between Highway 78 and Lawrenceville Highway. It has a king bed, a queen bed, and a twin bed. And traffic dependent, we are located short drives from Decatur, Atlanta downtown, and Atlanta Airport. This will be a how we do it presentation with regards to how we create a professional architectural shot and why we do it the way that we do it. First, we shoot with a professional architectural tilt-shift lens, which allows us to capture multiple views of the same composition that we can stitch together side by side. I am demonstrating 3 different views of capture here, the resulting creation being a more pleasing professional architectural photograph instead of the quickie wide angle that you might see in real estate photography snapshots. Compare this quickie wide angle, note the distortions of the lamp, look at the lampshade and how it kind of bends funky, and the sofa that's kind of sliding downhill off the image, as well as the distorted pirate woman art on the left side of the image too. The same subject using the professional architectural tilt-shift lens. This is the office room in the Art House Museum of Quirk in the Trees. So how do we do this? The final photograph that I will show you in the next slide used the architectural tilt-shift lens to collect 6 views 3 top row side to side, and then 3 a little bit lower to be able to capture more in the frame side to side. They're all overlapped a little bit, and the results are stitched together to create this image. It gets to a bigger, wider view, with much less distortion. Compare this architectural 6-shot combination to that same shot I just showed you, taken with a wide angle. And look back again to the professional shot. We also use a professional editing technique called HDR. HDR is a process of collecting several different exposures of each view. These different exposures ensure that everything in the dark shadows as well as everything in the lightest lights will be exposed. We further enhance the image by flashing in the scene using flashes. So we use a combination of HDR and flashing, and that ensures a professional, pleasing image which does not look fake or oversaturated or crispy, which is often something that you can find in HDR imagery, where it's just kind of over the top gross. This is something that can happen and is very common with what you might see in real estate photography. Here is a video of me capturing the imagery for this through my shot. I'm using 3 different views, so that tilt shift side to side, stitching 3 different scenes of that same view. They're stitched together, and I need to capture the full range of exposures for each of the 3 views. So I build a HDR for each of the 3 views, and then I position the lens again and I shoot it all over again with flash pops. The total number of shots to create this one image is 78 individual shots. The flash pops are aimed at specific items in the scene, so multiple pops are required to get the desired light on each item and needs to be repeated for each of the 3 views. So this shot took about 16 minutes to set up and collect after the composition was selected and the room was set up for capture. And here is a shot of the master bedroom in this rental I am talking about. This is the queen bedroom, living room. This is the dining area, showing my incomplete art wall project, which will be finished next week. Super bummed I wasn't able to get that done before presentation. The kitchen, which is fully loaded with your typical Airbnb amenities, plus a lot more. The entire side and back of the house, where the deck and outside dining area is in the tops of the trees. So you're surrounded by woods, which is really pretty amazing. So what would make a great referral for our architectural photography? Architects, obviously. Landscape architects, interior designers, landscape designers, high-end retail, high-end apartment communities, resorts, hotels. Good referrals for our Treetops Art House Museum of Quirk are people in the movie industry, so folks that come here to shoot in Atlanta for a film project and then they go back home. Same like Emory employees, people who come over to do a project at Emory just for a short period of time. Also, if you have any friends that are getting their houses renovated and they need a place to stay during the renovation. Your relatives needing a place to stay. People who like unique experience stays. That's what we're really targeting the house for. What would make terrible referrals for our museum house in the trees? Party folks. We are making the max number of people to stay at the house to be 5. And we live in a very quiet neighborhood and we really don't want to anger our neighbors. We love our neighbors. So no party folks. We're hoping to have people at least 15 years old. There are a lot of antiques in the house that we'd like to keep nice. And we would like to keep the stays to be at a minimum of 3 nights. So as I mentioned before, I welcome input. So if you have any ideas to name my house for my house rental, Right now, it is Treetops Art House Museum of Quirk. I do want to have something that says kind of what it is, just kind of it's a quirky, goofy compilation of fun stuff. So I definitely want to have that in the listing, but I'm very open to suggestions. So thank you for your time to watch my presentation, and I hope that I can help you. And I hope I can help you and those that you know with their professional photography and short-term rental needs. Thank you, Karen Hagerman of Jaron Photography.